May we have the Chairman of the Board of Energy Simulation Directors, Mr. Bob King, at the podium to coordinate our annual general meeting.
Thank you, Andrew, and good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, and I guess in Europe for the very first time for our summit. And I want to welcome you all for coming out to hear our story and participate as well as you can here. I thought I'd take a couple of minutes because this is the first time we've actually had our annual general meeting and the summit outside of Calgary. But I want to take a moment, Jimmy, to explain sort of what the board's function is within energy simulation. So you know Duke and Andrew, Ricardo, and Etta as a team you interface with in terms of the funding and reporting for the work that you do. But behind that, there's a board of directors, and we work with the team to choose our strategic direction, guide some of the investments or the funds that we have, so we can generate returns that we can then go back and invest into the various research programs. So we have those kind of duties and work that we do in the background, and then every year with the bylaws that we have for the organization, we have to meet in an annual general meeting. So you get stuck with a few minutes of business here that we actually have to do while we have our member companies present. And those organizations are here, either in person or virtually or participating by proxy for the voting process. So we've got a predetermined script here that we'll go through, and we'll do some voting on that. So the first piece of business that I actually have to do here is to declare that we have a quorum, and in fact we do. I think we've got 18 of our 35 members present in some fashion, which represents 51% of our membership. And therefore the annual general meeting is properly constituted, and we can conduct our business as required here. I'd also like to point out to the members that we did send out a formal notice with an information package to everybody to have a look at, and so and it's also on file at our energy simulation offices should you want to have a look at it. Very first thing I want to do at the outset of the meeting then is actually introduce the board members to you. We have most of them present here, and hopefully they're all in the room and not stuck outside somewhere here. I'm going to name them and ask them to stand to be recognized for a moment, and then they can sit down immediately after I've said their name. Vanessa Rennie, there she is over here. She's from Calgary. Christina Paul, Oakdale, California. Casey Young, also of Calgary. Bob Guckner, way over the far side there from Houston, Texas. Mike Campbell, over here, again from Calgary. Bill Smith, there he is in the back, great, he's also from Calgary. President, many of you know, Duke Anderson, and of course myself, Bob King, the chairman of the board of directors. Two of our directors could not make it to the meeting, Larry Frederick out of Calgary and John Renfern out of Marina Del Rey in California. They send their regrets. I'd like to point out that to make the proceedings move fairly smoothly, we have been assigned certain directors to make certain motions, and this was expedite our conversations here this afternoon. And because this is a hybrid meeting, the process to vote is a little more complex than just a simple show of hands. We have people here in person, some online, some by proxy have already indicated their voting preferences. And so we will provide an opportunity for people to ask questions if you choose to do so, and then we'll assume an affirmative vote, but have people indicate and vote against if that's their desire. And we'll tally up on that basis and do the counts there. Move down here, and Ricardo will be monitoring the online Q&A for us here. So for the very first order of business, we want to approve the minutes for the AGM held on September 20th, 2022, and I'd like to ask Christina to give her a motion for that one. Yep.
My name is Christina Paul, and I'm a director of energy simulation. I move to approve the minutes of the September 20th, 2022 AGM as distributed.
And our seconder?
My name is Mike Campbell, also a director, and I move to approve the minutes of the September 20th, 2022 AGM as distributed. Seconded. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Christina and Mike. Are there any questions? And Ricardo, any online?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Ricardo Garza and I'm the VP Operations of Energy Simulation. And I can tell that we have not received any questions regarding this motion.
Okay, anything from the floor? Okay, if not, then I will now call for the vote. If there are any member companies that want to vote against this motion, please do so now by stating your name and company affiliation, or on the Q&A section in the Zoom meeting. Or if you're in person, you can do that as well. Okay, seeing no negative votes here. Ricardo, anything online?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any votes against this motion.
All right, thank you, Ricardo. Well, I'll declare this motion has been unanimously approved. The next order of business is to receive the audited financial statements for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2023. I invite Bill Smith to provide a motion.
I am Bill Smith. I am a director, and I move that we receive the audited financial statements from the last fiscal year.
All right, and our seconder, Vanessa.
Sure. Hi, my name is Vanessa Rennie, and I'm a director as well of Energy Simulation, and I second the motion.
Yeah, thank you, Bill and Vanessa. Any questions online or from the floor?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any questions regarding this motion.
All right, then I will call the vote here now. Anybody who wants to vote against, please indicate your choice.
And we have not received any votes against this motion.
Okay, thank you. I declare this motion has been unanimously approved as well. We also have to now appoint the auditor for the current fiscal year, and I'll ask KC to provide that motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll just shout. My name is Casey Young. I'm a director of Energy Simulation, and I make the following motion. Be it resolved that the accounting firm of Buchanan Berry LLP, Chartered Accountants of Calgary, be approved as the accounting firm and undertake the audit the financial statements of Energy Simulation for fiscal year end 2023-2024.
And a seconder.
My name is Bob Gokenair, and I'm a director of Energy Simulation, and I second this motion.
All right, thank you, KC and Bob. Have we received any questions at this point?
We have not received any questions regarding this motion.
All right, then finally the vote. Anybody voting against this?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any votes against this motion.
All right, again, we're unanimously approved. Thank you. We also have to elect the directors for Energy Simulations. This is an annual requirement that we have to do so, and so I'll ask for a motion to that effect.
Again, I'm Christina Paul, and I'm a director of Energy Simulation, and I make the following motion. As the Articles of Energy Simulation set the number of directors at a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 16, the following 10 persons are nominated as directors for the term ending with the election of directors at the next AGM to be held in 2024. The following individuals are Bob Gokenair, Bob King, Casey Young, Bill Smith, Mike Campbell, myself, Christina Paul, Larry Frederick, John Redfern, Vanessa Rennie, and Duke Anderson.
And a seconder.
My name is Bob Gokenair, and I'm a director of Energy Simulation, and I second this motion.
Thank you. Any discussion on this point? Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any questions online regarding this motion.
Okay. And finally the vote. Nothing from the floor, Ricardo, or anything online?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any votes against this motion online.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, this crew is re-elected, so thank you very much. And then we also, during the course of the year, working with Duke and the rest of the team, the board passes a number of motions, and we need to ratify that those motions have been are acceptable. And so we'll look for a motion to that effect.
Mr. Chairman, I'm Mike Campbell, I'm also a director of Energy Simulation, and make the following motion. Be it resolved that the actions of the officers and directors of Energy Simulation since the last AGM be ratified and approved by the members.
And second.
Bill Smith, I second the motion.
Thank you very much, Mike and Bill. Any questions, discussion?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any questions regarding this motion online.
Okay, and another vote on this matter?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any votes against this motion online.
All right, then we're passed unanimously once more. Okay, then the final one. This is just the adjournment, so I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Vanessa Rennie. I'm a director of Energy Simulation, and I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting, my favorite motion.
Seconder.
I'm Casey Young, a director of simulation and energy simulation, and I second this motion.
And as a notice or a motion to adjourn is not debatable, I'll declare the annual general meeting for 2023 closed, and we can get on to more interesting things here. So I'll pass over to Duke.
Well, thanks, Bob. Well done in leading us through our first international AGM. And so I too would like to extend a warm welcome to all you participating online or in person here for our Summit 2023. And it's my pleasure to share our corporate overview with you. Let's begin with the slide on our history. No? Where's the clicker? Anybody? Yes. I don't know. Oh, somebody's making it work. Okay. That'll work just fine. So we were formed in 1978 as a research group at the University of Calgary by Khalid Aziz, who is still active at Stanford. So in 1985, Frank Meyer joined the organization as its president, and for the next 33 years, Frank provided wisdom and leadership to both Foundation CMG and Computer Modeling Group. In 1997, he led the company through a reorganization by splitting them into two components. Computer Modeling Group Limited was formed and is a publicly traded company. CMG is a Canadian success story, having a market cap of about $750 million and over 600 customers in over 60 countries. The second organization that was formed was Foundation CMG, and it continued to focus on research and retained controlling interest of the majority of CMG shares. About 13 years later, the foundation sold most of those shares to create an endowment type fund that was worth about $75 million. And it's from the income of this fund that support is provided to our 13 shares and over 300 researchers. In 2017, we actually changed our name to Energy Simulation to better describe what we do. It also marked the beginning of our energy transition strategy, which you're going to hear more about here shortly. Next slide, please. So in 2017, we also updated our vision, which states creating a more sustainable energy future through simulation research. This was intended to give us a wider field of vision into types of energy besides oil and gas. Next slide, please. Our mission was also broadened to include resource modeling, once again beyond oil and gas. What remains unchanged is our support for university research and the focus on industry collaboration and technology transfer. An example of this is what's happening today and tomorrow through our summit. So we passed a significant milestone in this last year. We have graduated 1,000 students through our chair program. 1,000 students. So congratulations to all of you involved. Next slide, please. So today, we support 13 chairs who you're hearing from both today and tomorrow, 4 of which are in Canada, 2 in Brazil, 2 in Scotland, 2 here in the Netherlands, and 2 in the United States, and 1 in Switzerland. Next slide, please. So our funding model works this way. Energy simulation is usually the first to make a commitment to the research topic. Then matching funds are sought from both industry and the government. The resulting energy simulation chair is then funded in the order of $1 million per year for up to 5 years. Energy simulation has supported 17 different universities and over 37 professors over the last couple of decades. Our total investment into simulation research at these 17 universities now is over $52 million, as shown by this slide. So our members are an important stakeholder. We currently have 35 worldwide members. Our membership fee is a one-time expense of $1 Canadian. So energy simulation continues to be 100% self-funded by the income from our investments and does not need to raise capital to finance our operation or our university research funding. Our members help provide guidance and direction to our research program, and I'm going to describe that in the next slide, please. So we currently have 86 research topics as suggested by our members, and they're grouped into these 12 strategic research areas that are shown here. It is this list that we use to decide which research themes to support and which research chair to fund. So our aim is to improve industry profitability and provide incremental social and economic benefits to society. As you know, the energy industry is going through quite a transition to a lower carbon future. Energy simulation is also transitioning, and we have 3 research chairs in geothermal and 3 research chairs in carbon capture, utilization, and storage. So they're all with us today and tomorrow, and you'll hear from them throughout the summit. Next slide, please. So the energy simulation family is composed of a very small but very dedicated group of employees. Andrew, Ricardo, and Annetta, who you've all met, are responsible to pull events like this together, amongst many other things. And so thanks to you, the team, for this event. We couldn't do it without you, so thank you. You are simply amazing. We work together with a much larger group of researchers, which is over 300 people currently, distributed geographically around the world, and most of which are composed of either PhDs or master students. Next slide, please. So our annual summit is a key part of our technology transfer strategy. It provides a collaboration opportunity for universities and industry to discuss the latest research results and plans. Historically, this event's been held in Calgary, But this year we decided to make the bold step to move to an international location here in the Netherlands. And so this picture here is the team that met a year ago in Calgary. Another important event for us is the Energy Simulation School, which is where we invite students from around the globe to participate. This year, our technical school will be held here being Delft, immediately following the summit. Besides the world-class training that they will receive, one of the biggest benefits for the students is the opportunity to network with their peers from around the globe. This here is a picture of our participants last year in Calgary. Next slide, please. And so we just finished talking about the Energy Simulation Board of Directors. Energy Simulation is governed by a board of directors who is composed of industry reps and independent individuals. Our returning directors who were just re-elected here at our AGM are shown here. And so a big thank you to them for their continued passion and dedication to energy simulation. So between the 10 of us, we now have a cumulative years of service on this board of 137 years. So that's about 14 years on average. And so you can see the dedication that these folks bring to us. So thank you to all of you once again. And last, in closing, I'd like to thank you again for participating in our Summit 2023. This corporate overview is posted on our website, and along with much more information. I encourage you to check regularly for some exciting updates. And with that, I'll turn it back to our moderator, Andrew Cito. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson.